My heart shattered into pieces as I watched my wife, Donna, passionately embrace another man outside the luxury hotel lobby. It was supposed to be our anniversary, the night we'd celebrate 5 years together. But instead, here she was, wrapped in the arms of someone else, her eyes sparkling with excitement. I stood frozen in the shadows, the expensive bouquet of roses wilting in my trembling hand. Donna giggled playfully, leaning closer to the man, whispering something that made him smirk arrogantly. Anger surged through my veins as he casually slid his hand around her waist, pulling her in tighter. They turned slightly, and the streetlights illuminated his face clearly. Damien, the arrogant CEO she'd introduced me to last month as just a friend. But the worst part wasn't seeing them together. It was what Donna said next, loud enough for me to hear clearly. "Don't worry about Jackson. He barely makes enough to keep the lights on. He's got nothing. He's just my husband on paper." The humiliation stung deeper than the betrayal. All these years, I'd hidden my family's immense wealth from Donna, believing she truly loved me for who I was. I purposely lived modestly, never flaunting the private jets, mansions, or billion-dollar businesses I inherited. I'd thought our love was sincere, untouched by materialistic desires. Yet here stood Donna, openly dismissing me as a worthless nobody. Damien laughed cruelly, responding smugly, "Then leave that loser. I'll give you everything he can't." Donna's eyes sparkled greedily as she kissed him again, sealing my heartbreak. As they walked away, oblivious to my presence, something snapped inside me. Donna had spent 5 years treating me like a fool, unaware that beneath my quiet facade was a billionaire she'd just lost forever. Tomorrow she'd finally discover who she'd betrayed. But by then, it'd be far too late. My name is Jackson. To the world, I appeared to be an ordinary guy, modest, unassuming, and seemingly living paycheck to paycheck. Donna, my wife, believed the same narrative. From the day I met her, I carefully maintained this simple image, never once revealing my true background. But reality often runs deeper than appearances, and my truth was vastly different from the facade I projected. In reality, I was Jackson Hartwell, heir to the Hartwell dynasty, one of the most influential families in the aviation industry. My grandfather built an empire with a global airline, and my father expanded it further, branching into luxury private jets and exclusive aviation resorts. Despite my enormous inheritance, my father raised me to value modesty, humility, and the power of sincere connections. Money was always a tool, never something to define my worth. He firmly believed genuine love and respect were found in simplicity, not extravagance. When I first met Donna 5 years ago, she was working as a receptionist at a local art gallery. She caught my attention immediately, her radiant smile, sparkling. Eyes and infectious laughter captivated me. I saw her kindness and warmth first, and never imagined she could harbor greed or superficial desires. At the time, she seemed to genuinely care about people rather than possessions. Donna was everything I had hoped for: bright, ambitious, and caring. Her presence made life richer in ways money couldn't buy. Our early days were simple and beautiful. Walks along the shore, picnics in the park, and cozy movie nights at home. Donna was enchanted by the simplicity of our life. At least, that's how it seemed back then. Early in our relationship, I subtly tested her sincerity, often pretending to struggle financially to gauge her reaction. Each time, Donna reassured me, holding my hand gently and saying money didn't matter, that love was the most valuable thing we could share. Her words comforted me deeply, convincing me I'd found someone genuinely special. But looking back now, I wonder if I was simply blinded by my own hopes, missing the subtle signs of greed slowly emerging beneath her surface. As the years went by, Donna began changing subtly. Little comments about money crept into our conversations. She'd complain about how her friends could afford expensive vacations, fancy dinners, or designer clothing. Though I offered reassurance, promising her love was worth more, her dissatisfaction grew steadily. Her once warm eyes began looking at me differently, colder, more judgmental. Yet, blinded by love, I dismissed her changing attitude as stress or frustration rather than something more insidious. Around this time, Donna met Damien Clark at a charity gala I'd reluctantly agreed to attend. Damien was the epitome of wealth and arrogance, flaunting his money with flashy suits, sports cars, and designer watches. Donna seemed oddly fascinated by him, initially describing Damien as over the top and ridiculous. Yet soon after, they exchanged phone numbers. She assured me he was merely a networking connection, someone who could help further her career aspirations. I trusted her, dismissing the nagging discomfort I felt when she mentioned him. Slowly but surely, Donna's admiration for Damien grew, and she started comparing our lifestyle to his lavish one. Small criticisms turned into sharper remarks, subtly, demeaning my career and income. She questioned my ambitions, openly doubting whether I'd ever make something of myself. These comments hurt deeply, yet still I refused to reveal the secret wealth I held, partly due to pride, but mostly due to a hope she still truly loved me. The emotional distance between us widened until our marriage became a cold shell of what it once was. Donna stopped hiding her desire for more, openly suggesting that I wasn't good enough, that I should be more ambitious, richer, more like Damien. Every criticism chipped away at my confidence, yet I continued living humbly, desperately, hoping the woman I married would return. Despite everything, I still hoped our upcoming anniversary would reignite the flame we'd lost. Determined to win Donna back, I'd planned something special, dinner at the luxurious hotel she'd admired countless times, but I'd always told her we couldn't afford. This night was meant to show her how much she meant to me, that I'd give her anything within my means without needing to rely on my family's fortune. But now, standing alone in the shadows, watching her embrace Damien, the bitter reality finally pierced through my denial. Donna had changed entirely. Or perhaps this had always been her true self, carefully hidden beneath false sincerity. Her laughter, her words dismissing me as worthless, proved that I'd been nothing more than a stepping stone in her quest for wealth. My entire marriage felt like a cruel lie. The woman who had once been my world now openly mocked my love, my efforts, and my sincerity. Every moment of our life together replayed painfully in my mind, tainted by her betrayal. My decision to hide my wealth, made out of hope for authentic love, now seemed naive and foolish. Yet in this devastating clarity, a spark of determination ignited within me. Donna believed I was nothing, just a humble man without ambition or wealth. Tomorrow, she would discover how gravely she'd underestimated. My humility had been mistaken for weakness, my sincerity mistaken for foolishness. But beneath my quiet facade lay power, wealth, and strength she'd never imagined. Donna's betrayal stung deeply, yet it was the very thing that finally freed me from denial. No longer bound by the illusion of our marriage, I decided it was time Donna faced the consequences of her greed. The simplicity she once mocked would become the wealth she desperately chased, but now forever beyond her reach. Tomorrow, Donna would discover my private jet and the billions she had unknowingly thrown away. Tomorrow, the woman who'd abandoned love for money would realize she'd lost everything that truly mattered. The evening Donna betrayed me, something inside changed forever. Watching my wife wrap herself in Damien's embrace, openly mocking. Me in public tore apart every illusion I had carefully maintained about our relationship. But the betrayal itself was only the beginning. The real conflict started the next morning, when Donna came home acting as though nothing had happened. I'd spent a sleepless night replaying Donna's harsh words. Jackson barely makes enough to keep the lights on. He's nothing. My pride had never mattered much before, but hearing her dismiss our marriage so casually was a pain I couldn't shake. I'd hidden my family's wealth intentionally, believing Donna truly loved me. Yet now, the reality was undeniable. She valued my wallet more than my heart. As the sun rose, Donna walked into our apartment casually, a smile on her face, completely unaware that I'd witnessed everything. Her cheerful attitude twisted painfully in my chest. She tossed her purse carelessly onto the couch, glancing briefly at me before yawning dramatically. "Morning, Jackson," she said casually, as if returning from a simple night out with friends, rather than an affair. I fought to control the anger surging within me. Long night? My voice trembled slightly, betraying my inner turmoil. Donna paused, clearly noticing my tone, but quickly recovered, flashing a fake smile. Just spent some time with friends after work. You know how late these business dinners can get. My jaw tightened. Lies flowed so effortlessly from her lips that it made me question every moment we'd spent together. Did she always deceive me this easily, or had Damien changed her? Unable to hold back, I asked calmly, Damien must have kept you pretty entertained. Donna's eyes flickered nervously, suspicion creeping into her expression. She forced a laugh, feigning ignorance. Damien? He was barely there. Why mention him? Barely there? I replied, voice strained with emotion. You seemed pretty close outside the hotel last night. Her smile faded instantly. Panic flashed across her eyes before quickly turning into defensiveness. Were you spying on me, Jackson? That's pathetic. Her accusation stung deeply. I took a breath, keeping my voice calm. You call me pathetic, yet you're the one cheating openly on our anniversary. Donna stiffened, turning red with anger. Maybe if you gave me the life I deserved, I wouldn't have to look elsewhere. Do you really think I wanted to live like this forever? Always struggling, always budgeting? Struggling? My voice trembled, anger and disbelief blending painfully. I've given you everything I had. Our life was built on love, honesty, not flashy jewelry or sports cars. Donna scoffed bitterly, shaking her head dismissively. Love won't pay bills, Jackson. Love won't give me the security I need. Damien can provide all of that. What can you provide? More struggle? More mediocrity? Her words cut sharply, tearing into my heart with brutal clarity. For 5 years I'd lived simply, never revealing my wealth, convinced our marriage stood, strong because of love, not money. But hearing Donna openly dismiss our life as mediocre crushed every remaining illusion. So that's it, Donna? I asked quietly, pain clear in my voice. You'd abandon our marriage, our love, for Damien's. Wallet? She met my gaze without remorse, eyes cold. Love fades, Jackson. It can't buy happiness or comfort. Damien offers a life you'll never give me. I deserve better than this. Something broke within me at that moment. Donna had made her choice. Clear. Wealth mattered more than our relationship. It took every ounce of strength not to reveal the truth about myself right then and there, to show her just how wrong she'd been. But my father's voice echoed in my mind. Don't reveal. Your strength and anger. Patience makes victory sweeter. I chose silence, allowing her ignorance to deepen her own mistake. If Damien makes you happy, then go, I finally said, my voice surprisingly calm. But don't come back when you realize money can't replace sincerity. Donna paused briefly, uncertainty flickering in her eyes, but arrogance quickly masked it again. Trust me, I won't need to. Damien already showed me a glimpse of what life should be like. Luxury, security, respect, all things you could never give me. She gathered her belongings swiftly, as if she'd already rehearsed this scenario many times before. Within moments, Donna stood at the door, suitcase in hand, poised to leave the life we'd built together behind without a second thought. At the doorway, she hesitated for a split second, glancing back at me. Perhaps some part of her still held doubts, but pride and greed silenced any lingering affection she might have felt. Goodbye, Jackson. I hope you figure your life out someday, she said sharply, shutting the door behind her. In the silent emptiness that followed, reality crashed upon me heavily. Donna, my wife, the woman I'd trusted implicitly, had just left me for a shallow illusion of happiness. Yet in her rush for wealth, she unknowingly abandoned the very fortune she'd sought. The lie. Bitter irony burned within me. Donna had chosen Damien, convinced he'd offer her a luxurious, secure life. She believed I was poor, insignificant, someone to discard without remorse. But her greatest mistake was underestimating who she married. I stood alone in our apartment, memories surrounding me, laughter shared, quiet moments of tenderness, dreams whispered in the dark. Now those memories seemed hollow, tainted by betrayal. Donna's choice made it clear she'd never truly loved me. She'd merely loved the idea of who she thought I was. But Donna's betrayal was a double-edged sword, painful yet liberating. My deception about wealth, once a burden of guilt, now became a powerful tool. Donna and Damien believed I was weak, financially desperate. They didn't yet know the private jets, mansions, and global empire my family controlled. They couldn't imagine how badly they'd misjudged me. As anger and hurt began to settle into resolve, my mind sharpened clearly. Donna had openly humiliated me, mocking my sincerity as poverty. Now she and Damien would experience firsthand the consequences of their greed. Donna wanted luxury, security, and wealth. She would soon discover she'd thrown away exactly what she'd craved all along. The moment she'd see my private jet, realizing the truth of what she'd lost, would become her harshest punishment. Donna had chosen betrayal over honesty, wealth over sincerity. Now, her decision would haunt her forever. In the days following Donna's betrayal, my life became an emotional blur. Each morning felt heavier than the last, a crushing weight of regret and humiliation pressing against my chest. I questioned everything I'd ever believed about Donna, myself, our marriage, and my entire approach to life. The home we once shared, filled with warmth and laughter, now felt painfully empty, an echoing reminder of everything I'd lost. I kept replaying the moment Donna left, her voice cold and dismissive as she mocked the simplicity of our life. Each bitter word was seared into my memory. Luxury, security, respect, all things you could never give me. It was those words that hurt the most. Not only had Donna betrayed me, but she also stripped away my dignity, making me doubt myself, in ways I never thought possible. My heart felt heavy with a confusing mixture of anger, sadness, and self-doubt. Did I truly deserve this humiliation because I chose modesty over flaunting wealth? Was it my fault Donna left me for someone who openly flashed money and status? In the solitude of our apartment, the silence became overwhelming. I found myself pacing aimlessly through the rooms haunted by memories. Our wedding photo on the shelf, her favorite book abandoned on the bedside table, the coffee cup she used every morning, all painful reminders of a life that now seemed meaningless. Friends called frequently, curious about the sudden drama. But I avoided them all, ashamed to face anyone, afraid they'd judge me for being foolish enough to hide my identity, allowing Donna to treat me like a worthless fool. Even my parents, who knew my intentions had always been pure, struggled to understand why I'd allowed things to spiral so far out of control. One evening, as I sat alone, my phone buzzed again. Another text from Donna. Reluctantly, I opened it. "Jackson, I've thought about everything. Can we talk? Please, it's important." Anger flared sharply. Was this another manipulation? Was Damien suddenly less appealing now that she'd faced reality without me? Despite my heart aching for answers, pride and resentment kept me from responding immediately. I ignored her messages, though deep down they only increased my emotional turmoil. Then, without warning, my phone rang sharply. This time it was Damien's number flashing across my screen. Confused yet curious, I answered cautiously. "What do you want?" I asked coldly, hiding the deep bitterness I felt toward him. Damien's voice was smug, arrogant, exactly as I'd expected. "Jackson, buddy, Donna's here with me, but I thought you should hear this yourself." My heart tightened, sensing he planned more cruelty. I remained silent, bracing for whatever painful revelation he intended. "Your beloved wife," Damien continued mockingly, "wants to come crawling back to you. Turns out she thought I was richer than you, but now she's disappointed. Isn't that hilarious? Imagine her surprise when she realized my Lamborghini is rented and my luxury condo belongs to my father." Damien laughed cruelly, clearly enjoying the moment. "She traded genuine love for an illusion of wealth, only to realize I'm as broke as she thought you were. Funny how karma works, isn't it?" My heart sank further, anger surging within me. Damien continued taunting, his voice venomous. I figured you deserved to hear directly from me. I won't lie, though. Donna's pretty good at pretending. You should have seen her face when I told her the truth. Priceless. I clenched the phone tighter, struggling not to react emotionally. Are you done? Damien chuckled darkly. Almost. Just wanted you to know she'll be crawling back to you tonight. Let's see if you're weak enough to forgive her. He hung up abruptly, leaving me alone with bitter fury and confusion. My heart raced. Donna hadn't just betrayed me. She'd been completely deceived herself. Now she planned to crawl back, not because she truly regretted losing me, but because she realized she'd chased an empty promise. As if on cue, moments later, the doorbell rang sharply. My pulse quickened, dread mixing with resentment. Slowly, I opened the door, finding Donna standing outside, her eyes swollen from crying, looking fragile and defeated. Jackson, please, she whispered tearfully, her voice trembling. I made a horrible mistake. My emotions tangled violently inside, anger, sadness, disappointment, betrayal all colliding at once. Yet, somewhere beneath my pain, a faint sense of compassion stirred. But I hardened my expression, refusing to let her see how deeply her betrayal still wounded me. Why are you here, Donna? I asked coldly, voice tight with suppressed emotion. She stepped closer, desperation filling her eyes. Jackson, Damien, lied. He's not who he said he was. Everything was fake. Please forgive me. I was blind. I love you. Her words felt empty, tainted by the betrayal she'd inflicted. I laughed bitterly, shaking my head. You don't love me, Donna. You love money. You never loved the person I am, only the illusion of what someone could provide. Donna's face crumbled in anguish. I made a terrible mistake. Please, just give me one more chance. Let me fix this. My heart ached, torn between the lingering feelings I had for her and the harsh reality of her betrayal. But forgiveness wasn't easy. Not after she'd so casually discarded our marriage for false promises of wealth. You don't love me, Donna. You regret losing security, I replied, bitterly stepping away. You threw away genuine love for someone who showed off rented cars and lies. That's who you are. She sobbed softly, desperate and broken. Jackson, don't say that. We can rebuild our life. I'll change. I swear. I'll never betray. You again. As I stared into her pleading eyes, part of me wanted desperately to believe her. But betrayal had left deep wounds, distrust now firmly rooted within me. Her sincerity felt hollow, born of regret rather than genuine remorse. Donna hadn't returned because she loved me. She returned because her dream of wealth had failed. Taking a deep breath, I shook my head, stepping back firmly. No, Donna, you made your choice. You abandoned love for money. You chased something fake and lost something real. Her face crumpled in anguish, finally realizing the gravity of what she'd lost. Tears streamed down her face, yet I forced myself to remain strong. I loved you sincerely, Donna, I said softly yet firmly, but I won't be your backup plan. As the door closed softly behind me, leaving Donna sobbing outside, a painful clarity settled over me. The emotional turmoil hadn't vanished, but it was now tempered by resolve. Donna's betrayal had shaken me deeply, but I realized something crucial in that painful moment. Trust, once shattered, is nearly impossible to rebuild, and no wealth, no matter how vast, can ever buy back genuine love once lost. Donna's betrayal had tested me, wounded me, deeply, but it also revealed my own strength and dignity. Now, standing firmly amid the heartbreak, I vowed never again to compromise my worth for someone who only valued the illusion of wealth, just as I thought I'd finally gained clarity and strength by rejecting Donna's hollow apologies. My phone buzzed again, interrupting the uneasy silence. I glanced down impatiently, half expecting another desperate plea from Donna, but the number belonged to my family's private jet pilot, Lucas. Confused and slightly alarmed, I answered immediately. Jackson here. What's wrong, Lucas? Lucas's voice sounded strained, uneasy. Sir, sorry to disturb you at this hour, but someone claiming to be your wife just tried accessing the private jet. She insisted you gave her permission. My heart froze instantly. Donna had no knowledge of the jet. Or so I believed. How had she found out? Donna, I repeated incredulously, my voice tight. Did you let her aboard? No, sir. Lucas replied quickly. But security cameras show she's accompanied by someone, a man named Damien. They're both demanding access and causing quite a scene at the hangar. My blood ran cold. Donna hadn't just betrayed my trust and our marriage, she was actively attempting to exploit my family's assets again, even after the humiliation she'd faced. And worse, she'd brought Damien along, the very man who'd openly mocked and humiliated her. Something wasn't adding up. What was their real plan? I'm on my way, I replied firmly, already grabbing my keys. Don't let either of them near the plane until I get there. Understood, sir, Lucas replied firmly. Security will hold them until you arrive. Driving to the private airport. Hangar! My thoughts raced wildly. Donna's return, her fake apology, and Damien's sudden interest in the jet. It all pointed to something darker and far more manipulative than I'd initially suspected. What exactly were they planning? Had Donna's betrayal been even more calculated than I realized? Arriving quickly, I found a chaotic scene unfolding. Donna stood arguing heatedly with security officers, tears streaming down her cheeks, while Damien paced angrily nearby, frustration evident on his face. As soon as she saw me, Donna rushed forward desperately, grabbing my arm. Jackson, thank God you're here, she cried tearfully, sounding convincingly distressed. Please, tell them it's okay. Damien forced me to bring him here. He's threatening. Me? Damien instantly scoffed, folding his arms arrogantly. Nice performance, Donna. You're the one who brought me here to access Jackson's wealth. Now you're pretending to be the victim? Donna stared at him, her eyes widening with shock and panic. No! He's lying, Jackson. Please believe me. I stood frozen between them, confusion and anger boiling inside me. Who was telling the truth? Now? Was Donna genuinely in danger, or was this another elaborate act to deceive me again? Damien took a threatening step closer, his eyes dark with malice. Jackson, she's been lying to you for years. All Donna ever wanted was your money. But don't worry, now that I know you're loaded, we can settle this differently. I raised my voice sharply, authoritative and calm despite the storm within. Settle this? What exactly do you want, Damien? His expression turned sinister as he smiled coldly. It's simple. Transfer $5 million to my account tonight, and I'll disappear forever. If you refuse, I'll make sure everyone knows about your precious private jet and your real identity. Imagine the scandal. Billionaire. Jackson Hartwell humiliated by his gold-digging wife. I stared him down coldly, disgusted by his audacity. Donna's betrayal had deeply wounded me, but Damien's bold blackmail crossed every imaginable line. You think you can threaten me? I asked quietly, dangerously calm. You've mistaken my kindness for weakness, Damien. Your arrogance blinds. You, just like it blinded Donna. Damien smirked mockingly, confident he had the upper hand. It's simple, Jackson. Pay me, or your family's perfect image will be destroyed. Either way, I win. Donna suddenly grabbed my arm desperately, her voice pleading and sincere. Jackson, I swear I didn't plan this. I thought Damien truly cared. I was stupid and blinded by greed. Please believe me, I never meant for this. My heart twisted painfully. Donna appeared genuinely terrified now, a desperate woman caught in her own web of lies. Was this finally the truth, or simply another perfectly orchestrated deception? Damien laughed mockingly. Give it up, Donna. You've always chased money. You were happy to betray Jackson. Admit it and spare us the theatrics. Donna sobbed openly, collapsing onto the floor of the hangar in despair. I know I betrayed you, Jackson. I don't expect forgiveness, but I'm telling you now, Damien will destroy you. He'll stop at nothing for money. Damien laughed cruelly, unafraid and arrogant. You heard her, Jackson. Donna's finally telling the truth. So what'll it be? Let me walk away quietly, or risk losing everything? My mind raced. Damien's threat was credible. Public humiliation could indeed damage my family's carefully guarded reputation. But giving in to his demands meant betraying every value I held dear, abandoning integrity in the face of greed. Yet beneath my turmoil, clarity emerged. Damien and Donna had underestimated me once more, believing my quiet humility equated to weakness. But they were gravely mistaken. I stepped confidently toward Damien, voice firm and unwavering. Do your worst. I won't be blackmailed by you or anyone else. Damien's smirk faltered slightly, uncertainty flickering briefly across his face. He hadn't expected defiance. Donna watched anxiously, realizing the gravity of my words. I've dealt with betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak, I continued calmly, meeting Damien's gaze directly. You both misjudged me terribly. If you believe I'll bow down under threat, think again. As Damien's face turned pale, panic finally replacing arrogance, I knew the battle had just intensified. Donna, caught helplessly between us, was no longer my greatest threat. Damien's blackmail attempt marked a dangerous escalation. But beneath my quiet exterior, I possessed a strength they'd never anticipated. Donna's betrayal hurt deeply, but now, facing Damien's blatant threats, I knew exactly what needed to be done. He'd declared war openly, confident I'd crumble. But Damien and Donna had just unleashed a side of Jackson Hartwell they'd never imagined, and this time, there would be no mercy. Standing firm before Damien's threats and Donna's desperate pleading, I felt an unprecedented clarity surge through me. For the first time, my family's carefully taught humility stepped aside, revealing a fierce determination. Donna and Damien had pushed me beyond my limits, believing my kindness and modesty were weaknesses to exploit, but tonight, both would learn exactly how gravely they'd underestimated Jackson Hartwell. Damien shifted nervously under my unwavering gaze, his earlier arrogance visibly shaken. Donna remained on her knees, watching anxiously as tension electrified the air between us. You're bluffing, Damien sneered nervously, attempting one last show of bravado. You won't risk your family's reputation. Just pay up and I'll disappear quietly. I shook my head slowly, voice firm with quiet authority. No, Damien. You've chosen greed over integrity. Now you'll face the consequences. Before he could respond, security quickly moved closer at my signal, their presence reinforcing my resolve. Damien's expression twisted in panic, realizing his threats had utterly failed. Wait, Damien pleaded desperately, panic replacing arrogance. Jackson, please, I made a mistake. Let's talk this out. But it was too late. Security officers swiftly restrained him, ensuring he had no chance to escape. Donna watched helplessly, visibly shaken by the sudden shift in power. Her eyes widened further as footsteps echoed sharply across the hangar. My father, Edward Hartwell, accompanied by our family lawyer, had arrived. My father's presence instantly changed the atmosphere. Dignified and commanding, his arrival amplified Damien's panic and deepened Donna's regretful humiliation. My father approached calmly, eyes briefly glancing at Donna's tearful, pleading expression before turning toward me. Jackson, is this the man who's been threatening our family? Yes, father, I replied firmly, meeting Damien's terrified gaze directly. He believed he could blackmail us. He and Donna conspired to access our assets illegally. Donna whimpered in despair, realizing how irreversibly she'd ruined everything. Jackson, please, this wasn't my plan. I was blinded, please believe me. My father turned sharply toward Donna, his usually calm voice now laced with rare anger. You betrayed my son, mocked our values, and conspired against our family. You've proven clearly who you truly are. Our family owes you nothing. Donna collapsed further into sobs, fully grasping the severity of her betrayal. Damien, meanwhile, struggled uselessly against security's grip, fear overcoming any remaining arrogance. Edward Hartwell addressed Damien coldly. You chose blackmail and greed. Now face justice. You'll soon discover precisely how severely our family protects its honor. Damien pleaded frantically, his voice shaking desperately. Sir, please, I made a terrible mistake. I'll disappear forever. Just let me go. My father's expression remained stern, unmoved. Your arrogance blinded you. Our family tolerates many things, Damien, but threats and betrayal aren't among them. As security escorted Damien out, his pleas fading into echoes, my father turned gently toward me, sincerity clear in his expression. I'm proud of you, Jackson. You showed courage, integrity, and dignity under immense pressure. You've proven exactly why our family values humility, not because we're weak, but because true strength doesn't flaunt itself. I nodded gratefully, feeling immense relief and pride. My father's acknowledgement meant everything. Affirming. I'd chosen correctly despite emotional turmoil. Donna remained on the floor, broken and defeated. My father glanced at her briefly before speaking softly yet firmly. I'll leave you two now. Whatever decision you make, Jackson, trust your judgment. I know you'll choose wisely. He exited quietly, leaving the hangar empty except for Donna and myself. Silence lingered heavily before Donna finally spoke, her voice weak with genuine remorse. Jackson, I've ruined everything. I lost sight of what truly matters. Greed blinded me, and now I've lost you forever. I understand you'll never forgive me, but please believe I'm deeply sorry. Her voice quivered with sincerity. Despite my hurt and anger, seeing Donna so utterly broken pained me deeply. Memories flooded my mind, years shared, laughter exchanged, dreams whispered tenderly. Had Donna truly changed, or was this merely regret for consequences rather than genuine remorse? Donna, I began slowly, heart heavy yet voice gentle. You betrayed everything we had, not just our marriage, but my trust, my dignity. You chose wealth over love. Was it worth it? She shook her head bitterly, tears streaming. Nothing was worth losing you, Jackson. I chased empty promises and abandoned genuine happiness. I was blind, I see clearly now, but it's too late. I approached slowly, emotions turbulent. Donna looked smaller, more vulnerable now than ever before. Part of me ached to comfort her, but trust, once shattered, was difficult to rebuild. I won't lie, I admitted quietly. I still care deeply, but forgiveness won't erase betrayal instantly. Trust is earned over years yet destroyed in seconds. Donna nodded slowly, understanding clearly. I know. My greed destroyed us. You deserve happiness. And someone genuine. I'll accept whatever choice you make. Her humility moved me deeply, yet caution remained. I needed closure, clarity, and understanding, not another emotional manipulation. Donna, answer honestly, I finally asked, searching her eyes carefully. Did you ever truly love me, or was our entire marriage an illusion for wealth? Donna's eyes met mine, unflinching despite tears. Jackson, I did love you, deeply, sincerely. But my own insecurities, envy, and greed clouded that love. Damien represented superficial dreams, but now I realize you were the real wealth, not money or status, but sincerity, kindness, and humility. You were everything valuable, and I threw it away. Her honesty struck deep chords within me. The pain she felt, the remorse, it was genuine. Donna had learned a bitter lesson, perhaps too late, yet undeniably real. But forgiveness wasn't simple. Betrayal had deeply wounded trust, requiring healing far beyond apologies. I believe you, I said finally, voice quiet yet firm. Your regret is genuine, but forgiveness doesn't erase what happened instantly. We can't pretend nothing changed. Donna nodded quietly, accepting reality with dignity. I understand completely. Jackson, whatever decision you make, I respect fully. Taking a deep breath, I felt clarity solidify within me. Donna's betrayal had transformed me profoundly, revealing inner strength I'd never recognized before. But forgiveness, real forgiveness, required more time, trust rebuilt slowly. I won't close doors permanently. I finally spoke gently, sincerely. But forgiveness takes genuine effort and trust rebuilt slowly. For now, we both need healing, reflection, and time apart. Donna nodded gratefully, tears filled with understanding. That's fair, Jackson. Thank you. For kindness despite betrayal, compassion despite hurt. I offered a gentle smile, sincere yet reserved. Our paths diverge now, but perhaps someday we'll find friendship or peace. Right now, healing separately matters most. Donna stood slowly, composed yet humbled. Quiet dignity replaced arrogance, humility now visible clearly. Without another word, she exited quietly, leaving the hangar and my heart, finally peaceful. Standing. Alone, emotions swirled gently, yet with deep clarity. Donna's betrayal hurt immensely, yet had revealed hidden strength, dignity, and integrity within myself. Forgiveness remained uncertain, yet compassion felt right. Donna had suffered consequences enough. My dignity remained intact, justice served, clearly. Exiting the hangar calmly, I gazed toward the waiting private jet, symbolizing not wealth alone, but quiet strength, integrity, and true power residing beneath humility. Donna's betrayal deeply wounded my heart, but from pain emerged true understanding, clarity, and inner strength previously unimagined. Today, Jackson Hartwell learned precisely who he truly was. Not defined by wealth, betrayal, or humiliation, but by integrity, compassion, humility, and quiet, undeniable strength. In the months following that dramatic night, life gradually returned to a calm, reflective rhythm. Damien faced serious legal consequences for blackmail and harassment, effectively ending his arrogant facade permanently. His family's reputation was severely tarnished, and his public downfall served as a powerful cautionary tale for anyone blinded by greed. Donna, on the other hand, quietly retreated from the spotlight. Our divorce. Proceedings were swift and amicable, free of bitterness or further drama. Throughout the process, she maintained dignity, never contesting anything, nor demanding unreasonable compensation. She accepted her mistakes gracefully, acknowledging openly that she deserved nothing more. I returned fully to managing my family's businesses, stepping openly into the Hartwell legacy for the first time. My parents supported me wholeheartedly, proud of the strength and resilience I'd shown throughout this ordeal. But rather than flaunting wealth, I chose to continue quietly embracing humility, not as a facade this time, but as a genuine reflection of the person I had become. Despite everything, Donna occasionally reached out, not to rekindle our past, but simply to ensure I was well, always respectful of the boundaries we'd set. Initially, our conversations were brief and cautious, but gradually they became more sincere, free from resentment or hidden motives. We slowly rebuilt trust, not as lovers, but perhaps as something deeper. Two people profoundly changed by mutual pain and learning from past mistakes. One evening, nearly a year after our separation, I received an unexpected call from Donna. Her voice trembled slightly, yet sounded gentle and peaceful. "Jackson, I know it's been a while," she began carefully, hesitation clear in her tone. "I wanted to share something important with you. Not to reopen old wounds, just to offer closure." Curiosity mingled with a quiet sense of peace inside me. "Go ahead, Donna. I'm listening." She paused briefly before speaking quietly. After everything happened, I spent a lot of time reflecting on my choices. I volunteered at local charities, helping people who struggled daily. It changed me profoundly. It made me realize exactly what you tried teaching me all along. Wealth isn't just money, it's character, sincerity, and humility, the lessons your family quietly embodied all along. I listened silently, her sincerity evident and deeply moving. Donna had changed significantly, genuinely transformed by her experiences. She continued softly. "I've accepted a job managing a nonprofit shelter. It won't pay much, but for the first time, money doesn't define my happiness. Helping others taught me genuine humility, and I have you to thank for that." I smiled quietly, deeply touched. I'm proud of you, Donna. You found genuine fulfillment, exactly as I'd hoped. Her voice softened, clearly relieved by my response. Jackson, our marriage ended painfully, but your kindness, patience, and integrity showed me the person I needed to become. I'm truly sorry for hurting you, I replied warmly, sincerely moved by her transformation. I forgive you, Donna. We've both changed profoundly. Let's use that to move forward, not dwell on past pain. Grateful silence lingered before Donna spoke, again quietly. Thank you for your compassion, forgiveness, and genuine friendship despite everything. Always, I replied gently. We shared pain, but we both emerged stronger. From that day onward, our relationship shifted into genuine friendship, built on mutual respect, honesty, and shared growth rather than regret or resentment. Donna thrived in her newfound humility, genuinely content in simplicity rather than materialism. Occasionally, we'd meet for coffee, comfortably sharing stories about life, personal growth, and aspirations. Romantic love faded, replaced by deep mutual respect. Meanwhile, managing my family's businesses openly brought clarity and satisfaction I'd never known. Wealth became not a burden, but a meaningful resource, used compassionately, responsibly, quietly changing lives without public recognition. My private jet, once symbolizing betrayal and greed, became instead a vehicle for humanitarian missions, quietly flying resources and medical supplies to communities in need worldwide. My humility remained genuine, not a facade, but authentically grounded in sincere empathy and dignity. One afternoon, my father gently pulled me aside, pride evident in his warm smile. Jackson, you've surpassed my every hope. You've turned heartbreak and betrayal into compassion, dignity, and genuine humility. I couldn't be prouder. His words deeply touched me, affirming every choice I'd made. Thank you, Father. You taught me true strength lies not in wealth or pride, but humility and kindness. I understand now fully. Life quietly continued, calm yet purposeful. Eventually, I met someone new, a woman named Elena, a dedicated pediatric surgeon I'd encountered during one of our charity missions. Elena shared my passion for quietly helping others, valuing sincerity and humility above wealth or status. Our relationship blossomed naturally, gently, free from manipulation or hidden agendas. Elena embodied exactly the sincerity I'd always hoped for. Someone genuinely drawn to my character, not wealth. Occasionally, Donna and I still spoke openly. She offered genuine congratulations upon hearing of Elena, sincerely happy I'd finally found true happiness. Donna herself began dating a kind-hearted schoolteacher, finally experiencing the genuine love and humility she'd once overlooked. Our friendship remained strong, respectful, free from jealousy or bitterness. Donna had genuinely transformed. Finally, understanding true happiness came from within, never from materialism. Eventually, Elena and I married quietly, surrounded only by close family and friends. Donna attended graciously, supportive yet respectful, genuinely joyful for my newfound happiness. As Elena and I exchanged vows, warmth and genuine love filled the room, deeply fulfilling in ways wealth could never replicate. Donna offered sincere congratulations, her gentle sincerity now unmistakably genuine. Afterward, standing quietly beside me, Donna smiled softly. Jackson, you've truly found genuine love and happiness. You deserve this fully. I smiled warmly, replying sincerely, Thank you, Donna. And you've finally discovered true wealth lies within. Character, integrity, humility. We both found genuine happiness after all. She nodded gratefully, smiling gently. Thanks to you, I finally understand. Money never buys genuine love or sincerity that comes from character alone. Watching Donna leave quietly, genuinely content and sincerely humble, felt deeply satisfying. Our painful past had transformed profoundly. Donna finally understood what I'd attempted teaching her for years. Betrayal and heartbreak led ultimately to growth, forgiveness, genuine humility, and sincere happiness for us both. Standing beside Elena later, privately boarding my family's private jet for a quiet honeymoon, gratitude overwhelmed me profoundly. The jet symbolized not wealth or betrayal, but genuine compassion, humility, integrity, and true happiness. Elena held my hand gently, smiling softly, understanding precisely my quiet reflection. "You've come a long way, Jackson," Elena said, softly, warmly. "You turned pain into compassion, betrayal into genuine humility. I'm proud to stand beside the man you've become." I squeezed her hand gently, heart deeply peaceful. Thanks to pain and betrayal, I finally learned life's most valuable lessons. Humility, integrity, compassion, they are true wealth. Our jet soared quietly into peaceful skies, symbolizing not superficial riches, but genuine happiness, sincere humility, and deep fulfillment. Betrayal and heartbreak had tested me harshly, yet revealed precisely who I truly was beneath humility. Jackson Hartwell finally understood real strength lay quietly within genuine compassion, integrity, dignity, and humility. Donna once believed me poor, blind to genuine wealth I quietly possessed. But her betrayal ultimately taught us both precisely what mattered genuinely. Not money, status, or superficiality, but sincere humility, compassion, integrity, and genuine love. Now, soaring peacefully toward a future filled with authenticity and love, I finally embrace genuine happiness, wealthier in sincere humility, character, and compassion than money could ever buy. Storytelling, description.